So, how do you know when you found a good leader, somebody who is actually a leader? Um, there seems to be this question about whether leadership is trained, or if we can mold people into leaders, if they're born and not made. There are all sorts of different theories on leadership, but I think that when you really boil leadership down, leadership is the result of investments that you've made in people around you. And those investments have helped those people grow. And whenever you've helped people grow, whether it's an emotional growth or a professional growth or spiritual growth or a physical growth, whatever it is, whenever you've invested time and energy into another person, that will manifest itself in loyalty and caring and a deep-rooted relationship between the two of you that it ultimately will propel you both forward. So I think that's how you recognize leaders. Leaders should be recognized based on the performance of those people around them. And if the people around them are consistently performing at a higher level than the people that surround the peers of that person, clearly that person is doing something different than everybody else and leading his group. I mean, it's impossible to use a different term, but he's taking the time to develop his people, and his people are saying, not only do I believe in this in what I've been taught and how that helps me to perform, but I'm also believing in this person's vision for me. I believe in the path that they've discussed with us. So that's really how you can recognize true leadership is, do the people around that person grow and perform better than people in the same capacity who are working for other people? I think we see this all the time in business. There'll always be certain groups of people who are performing at a higher level than everybody else's groups. And too often, we don't recognize the fact that performance is not a function of training or education or innate talent or the specific skills of that group. It's the fact that the leadership of that group has taken time to invest in those people, and they've bought into the vision, and they're living the vision, and they're willing to risk a little bit in order to succeed for that person, not necessarily for personal gain, not necessarily for personal growth, but for the person that they consider to be their leader. So when you're in your organizations today and you're trying to decide who's going to make it to the next level, and if leadership is a key characteristic for those people that will make it to the next level, or those positions that you want them in, you have to consider their performance. And really, not their performance so much as the performance of those around them. The people who report directly to them, is their performance markedly better than everybody else's performance? And if it is, then that is the measure or the evidence that you need to determine whether or not somebody is a leader. Where do we get that training? I don't know. How do you become that person? I think it really requires that you make investments of time and energy into the people around you so that they can grow and become better. And maybe it's not grow and become better in the vision that you have for them, but maybe you can help those people grow and become better in the vision that they have for themselves, and that will pay off infinitely down the road. So think about that. Look around your organization today. Find the people whose groups or the people that report to them are performing at a higher level than everybody else's. And I think what you'll find is that those people are either intentionally or they're just doing it, making investments of time and energy in the people around them. See you tomorrow.